Find the area of the shaded region. The graph to the right depicts IQ scores of adults, and those scores are normally distributed with a mean of 100 and a standard deviation of 15. So let's go ahead and locate where the mean is. So there is the mean, and that represents mu. Okay, and then we have two values. We have x1, which is equal to 80, and we have x2, which is equal to 130. Because this represents the X scale, which represents the IQ scores. Okay, and so what we want to do is we want to find the shaded region that's in between those two scores. So the first thing we're going to have to do is convert them to z-scores. So we know that the mean for the z scale is always going to be 0. And so we want to find out what is the z-score for 80, and we want to find the z-score for 130. So what we're going to do now is find the corresponding z1, in this case score, for when x is 80, the mean is 100, and the standard deviation is 15, and then rounding it to 2 decimal places. So what we're going to do is plug in the value of x to be 80. We're going to plug in the value of the mean to be 100. And then we're going to plug in the value of the standard deviation to be 15. So when we take the value of 80 minus 100 divided by 15, we get negative 1.333333. Rounding it to 2 decimal places gives us negative 1.33. So we get negative 1.33 here. And you can see that it's to the left of 0, so it should be negative. Okay, now what we're going to do is now we're going to find the corresponding z2 score when x is 130. So using the same formula, we got now x, which is equal to 130. We know that the mean is 100, and we know that the standard deviation is 15. So when we take 130, subtract 100, divide by 15, we get 2.00, and that 2.00 is to the right of 0, and it's positive, so it should be positive. So what we want to do now is we want to use StatCrunch to find the area that's in between these two. So basically what we're looking for is we want to find the probability where it's between negative 1.33 and 2.00. That's the probability that we're looking for. So the key word here is between. So let's open up StatCrunch. We're going to select Stat, go to Calculators, and scroll all the way down to Normal. And then here it says Standard and then Between. We want to select the Between option. We know the mean is 0, the standard deviation is 1. So the value on the left should be negative 1.33, and the value on the right should be 2.00, and then we're going to select Compute. Then we're going to copy and take a look at our probability. So you can see here that we get the following probability, and we're going to round that to 4 decimal places. So that means we're going to get 0.8855. And so let me go ahead and minimize this. And you can see how it compares to our graph above, and that probability is the area that's in between those two z-scores. So therefore, we would say the following. The area of the shaded region is 0.8855.